Hello children, we are discussing our lesson methods of preserving food. Today I want to discuss with you that is a one activity about the fungus, food and microorganisms. You will study today's topic what is the fungus and what are the microorganisms. Fungus is a one type of the microorganisms and what relates this fungus and this our lessons. Now we are studying. Yesterday we studied about the preserving the food. What is the preservations? How we can take care? How can we keep the safe the food from the spoil? And the food can be spoiled from the microorganisms. And how the microorganisms, how the fungus can grow on the food, and that activity we will see today. That exact where this microorganisms is there, how these microorganisms grow on the food, how they grow it, and what are their conditions, what are their essentials, what is the favorable condition to grow the microorganisms, that we will see that. For that activity is given that I will read this activity and you can do this activity at home also. Easily you can do that. Everyone should do that. And after that you can send me that the fungus, that is a fungi, that picture through the mobile. That you take that picture and then you send me that. Divide a chapati into the 3 pieces. What you do that? Take one chapati and you make the 3 pieces. Put one piece in a closed box. Take one tiffin box, close that, and one piece you have to keep as it is in the closed box. Tiffin and that small container, close it that airtight. Roast the second piece on a hot pan to make it crisp without charring it. Let it cool and put it in the box. Actually what happened? Second piece again you have to bake on the pan, hot pan, and make it crisp. Why? Because whatever the water percentage in that chapati, it should remove. And after that let it cool and put it in the another box. Third piece, if the possible, put the third piece in a box and put in the refrigerator. 3 pieces you have taken. That first piece we have to as it is in the small box container. Second piece you roast it, that bake on the hot pan and keep in the box. And third piece take the one box and keep it, and that box you have to keep in the refrigerator. Observe these pieces every morning and evening 2-3 days. What happens? What do you see on it? That we see the white or the black or the greenish fibers like the cotton wool growing on the piece of chapati placed in the closed box. 3 pieces we had taken, 1 piece we had kept in the closed box. In that box we see that is a green color cotton like one substance we will see on that chapati, and it also starts the smelling. When the foul smell it will comes. Whereas the several days we see no such changes in the crisp piece of the chapati or that was put in the refrigerator. 1 piece we had kept in the refrigerator, that piece it was as it is the same, that nothing it will happen. 1 piece which has that is crisp piece, that also it was the same, it was the good in condition. But 1 piece which has we kept in the box, and that piece on that greenish fibers like cotton like substance we seen that, and what is that? And then you will imagine, then you will think, oh sir, where from it comes that, how it grows that, what is that? That is only the fungus. The cotton wool like fibers growth on the chapati is a kind of fungus. A fungus is a type of microorganism. Listen that, then though fungus is a type of microorganisms. Different types of the microorganisms. When you will go in the 8th standard, you will study separate one lesson about the microorganisms. Microorganisms there are the various types of the microorganisms, but broadly if you classify it, some microorganisms are, that harmful and some are useful. That also you will study in the higher standard. But here one thing you have to understand, fungus is a microorganisms. Different types of microorganisms are there. Bacteria, it is also, that is a microorganisms. Virus, that is also microorganism. Algae, that is also microorganism. That is a protozoa, that is also microorganism. Yeast, that is also microorganism. Mold, that is also microorganism. Different microorganisms are there. Here it is shown in the picture. I will also show you one picture, that is 2-3 pictures of the microorganisms. Let's see that. Spores of the fungus are present in the air and the water. The chapati in the box created favorable condition for the growth of the fungus. You know that? First you have to understand microorganisms, it is very small, minute, and microorganisms are present everywhere on the earth. Microorganisms are present in water, microorganisms are present in the air, microorganisms are present in the soil, everywhere you will find, but we cannot see by our naked eyes because they are so small. They are microscope creature, microscope animals, and favorable. And when the favorable condition they get, that time they grow there. In that, that closed box, already chapati, it was, that is a, water percentage it is there, and in the air is there, warm is there, and that's why there the favorable condition is there, it was there, and the fungus has grown. Availability of the food, yes, water it was there, air it was there, warmth, the temperature it was there, humid temperature it was there, moisture it was there, and that's why the fungus has grown there. And that's why the fungus grew on the chapati in the box. You know that microorganisms are present all around us in the air as well as in the water. Usually air, moisture and warmth are available where the food is kept. Wherever the food is kept, if these factors are available, air it is there, moisture is there, warmth are there, then definitely microorganisms will settle and they grow on that food, and very soon the food it will be spoiled. It means that it always the possible for microorganisms to grow rapidly in our food or foodstuffs. We cannot see them, but if they begin to grow, our food gets spoiled. And such spoiled food can cause a stomachache, diarrhea, loose motions, vomiting. The nutrition value of such food is also reduced. Sometimes it can even threaten the life. That's why we should not eat any that is a spoiled food which has grown, the microbes are there, and that is a fungus that is grown on that food we should not eat that. And if you eat that, because the fungus, these microorganisms are really, they release the toxins in the food items, that's why we don't eat that food items. Let's see, first I will show you some pictures of the fungus and the microorganisms. Now you see that, now this is a chapati. You know that patches are, you are seeing that, what that they are the microorganisms. The fungus is there. Now here it is also, see that. Now see on the bread that, how that white color that, just like the cotton that. Have you ever seen the cotton or not that? Fiber like that, small fibers are there. You will see that's how it comes from that, because these are the microorganisms are there. They settle on it and they make their colony, and like that their appearance also it will change that. Now you see that this is a green color. This is also, that is a fungi is there. Now this is also the dark grey color it is there. Have you ever seen or not? Easily you can see that. You bring the bread and you put in one box, that after 2-3 days you see that it will appear like that. Appearance it will be like that, and that is a fungi. Burshi we can say that. Mold is there. Now this is also, you see that greenish color that. Now see that different microorganisms are there. There the microscopic in the picture is there that. Now this is a fungi that, you know that, how it grows that. This is a fungi. See that. In this way, when you will go in the higher standard, definitely you will study in the detail that. Now let's we see that. Again I will explain what that exact that. See that already I studied, that is I taught you that about the food. One more lesson, the food constitute, that time I will explain. Here actually what happened, what is the food? Food is a chemical substance. Many times I said that food is what? Why do we eat the food that, without the food can we survive? No that. Because the food we get the energy for doing the work. That's why we eat that. There are the various sources are there. Main sources of the food, there are the two sources of the food are there. One is the plant and other is the animal. Both sides we eat that the food that. Exact what is the microorganisms? Now you see that. Microorganisms are the microbe is in the organisms which is the microscopic, and which means so small, and that the people cannot see them. That's only I said. And with the naked eyes, the microorganism we cannot see by our naked eyes because they are the microscopic, and to the study of the microorganism is called as the microbiology. Now here you see that in the different microorganisms include the bacteria, fungi, virus, algae, protozoa. I said you that. And some microorganisms are very useful. Some microorganisms are very useful. It helps in the productions of the many food items, making the medicines. Microorganisms are used, keeping the environment clean. You know that in the last topic I said that environmental, that time some bacteria are there, they decompose the things, and that's why clean the environment that. And that time you studied that some azotobacters are there, and that bacteria how they that capture the nitrogen. That's why definitely you study that there are the two types of the microorganisms are there. Some are useful and some are harmful. But this fungus is the harmful bacteria. It spoils the food. They digest our food in the stomach, and in our stomach also different that microorganisms are there, that you see that, and they break down the dead plant and the animals. That only I am saying. Now this is the important information. Microorganisms grow on the food material and multiply. They release the toxins in the food. While they grow in the food, that time they eat the food, and simultaneously they release the toxins in the food and making them unfit for consumption. Means we should not eat that. And they break down the food molecules into the amines and change the taste, texture, and the extreme appearance of the food. They also release certain toxics, that is make the food poisonous. That's why here I would like to say, so firmly I am saying, you should not eat any that is a spoiled food, because it becomes the poisonous. Microorganisms such as the mold, yeast and bacteria can multiply and cause food to spoil. And when the spoilage bacteria and that nutrient of the food, moisture and the time, temperature, favorable condition, when the microorganisms get the favorable condition, that time they grow it, and in this way the food items are spoiled. That's why yesterday I said that what are the measures are taken to keep the food safe, that is the foodstuffs safe. Yesterday I discussed you that, because if you have that is a meal, you have to boil 2-3 times. If you have that is extra food items, you have to keep in the refrigerator. And that whatever the that perishable things are there, we have to take the more care. In this way, yesterday I had discussed with you that, because we are studying about the preserving food, and that's why you have to take the care. In this way, this activity everyone should do that. This chapati activity or the bread activity, how the fungus can grow on that chapati or the bread. You see, after 3-4 days, take one that is a piece of the chapati or the bread, keep in the one container, small tiffin box. After 3-4 days you see that, and take the photo and send me, that is on the mail, that is along with the worksheet, that it will be better. That in this way tomorrow we will see that is a different methods of the food preservation. In this way here I want to stop here. Thank you. Have a great day.